Hi Jill and Mark. This video is for your primary bedroom, and I think this is the last video that I'm going to be sending you guys for what we have worked on in your house. I'm still going to be sending over some situations for your entryway, but I don't think I'll be using a video for that. So I'm going to go over the different design boards that I made for your primary bedroom and hopefully answer any questions that you might have, and we can go from there. So starting with, we can just start with the layout. So I did a king bed, an 8x10 rug fits the best, and I did 2 nightstands. I think they're both options are around 33 inches. I do like to do a little bit more substantial nightstands when we're doing king beds, because I just think that the larger beds really can dwarf the nightstands if they're too small. So I want to make sure that they're at least like 28-29 inches long to really take up that space on the wall. So I did add a bench. I don't think you guys mentioned that, but I do like adding a bench. I really think it helps with the comfort of the space, and also just kind of helps to tie the whole area together. You don't have to use a bench, that's completely up to you guys, but I did add in the dimensions that it is from the bench to the wall and from the bench to the chair, just so you know. It's 35 inches from the bench to the wall, and then I added an accent chair on an angle, and it's 36 inches from the chair to the bed, to the corner of the bed. So if those dimensions are too small for you, I think they're fine, but again, it can be a personal preference issue. So if you think that that's not enough space, then just eliminate the bench. I really do like having a chair in the corner, because you do have those 2 walls that are like angled right here that are just blank, and I really do think you need something there, especially where you guys aren't doing a dresser or a TV or anything like that. So I added a little seating area, which is so nice in a primary bedroom, because I do really feel like they get used a lot. It's nice to just have somewhere to relax, or a reading chair, or just another place to kind of have a little quiet sanctuary in the bedroom. So I added a chair, a lamp, a little side table, and then I also put a floor mirror there. I don't know if you have a floor mirror anywhere in your bathroom or bedroom. I couldn't remember. So this is a good place to put one, just leaning against the wall. You don't have to hang it on the wall or anything, and it really is function, and also helps to take some of that vertical space on the wall, so the wall doesn't feel quite so bare. I think and then I did some artwork. Let's see, the artwork I did for the wall is 18 by 24. Sorry, I'm just now second guessing myself. 18 by 24 artworks to hang above the chair to take up the space on that wall. And I think that really will help it to feel beautiful and take up space, but not be too cluttered, and help the bedroom to feel simple and calming, all the things that you want in your master bedroom. So moving on to the first design board. This one is a little bit more subtle in color and in tone. I did find some upholstered beds that have wood tones with them as well, that you guys mentioned that you like. I really love this bed from option 1. It is beautiful. It has kind of more of a modern feel, but I love the tone of the wood and how it matches well with the nightstands that I chose. These specific nightstands for this board are back ordered. I want to say maybe until October, possibly even into November. And I know that's frustrating, and you don't want to have to wait, but sometimes that's just kind of the way this goes when you're trying to find good quality furniture that looks like you want. So if you don't want to wait that long, you can get the nightstands from board 2, which I have used those before, and those are a great option too. It's just a little bit different color tone in the wood. This one, I did a piece of art to be hung above the bed. I think that really helps to tie the space together, and I tried to kind of find a piece that was a little bit reminiscent of the piece that you showed me, Jill, that you found on Wayfair. I added some table lamps that are black that really help to create some contrast with the wood, which I really like, and then a neutral rug. The bench is a blue, which I really thought it was pretty and brought in some beautiful color. I feel like it's still very neutral, so it's not like a bold color that's going to fill in your face, but it does create a nice calming quality to the space. The artwork again is very simple that I placed on the opposite wall that is to be hung above the chair, and the chair itself again is pretty neutral in color and tone. I tried to keep everything kind of neutral and just added in elements of wood and then black tones. Moving on to the second board, this bed is a little bit bigger. It has like it's kind of a little bit like a sleigh bed option, so it has the footrail as well. This one's a Pottery Barn option, so I know it's a good quality, but again, this one I think might not ship until November. So these are things you just need to keep in mind as we're trying to figure it out. If you don't like either of the options, again, just let me know. We can keep sourcing. These nightstands are really good. They're a great price point. They're from World Market. I like that they bring in the lighter wood tone. And then I added a bench that has that fun green olive color, which I think you mentioned that you like, Jill. The rug's a little bit darker than the one in the first board, so it has a little bit more contrast, but I rounded it out with the chair that is neutral and kind of helps to still make it feel pretty simple and not overwhelming, which is what we really kind of want in a master bedroom. You want to feel relaxed, you want to feel like it's a place that you can kind of quiet your mind. The artwork that I did above the chair is just kind of landscape sketches, which I thought were really fun. A note about the artwork, I know everybody can have different opinions about what artwork they like. So if you don't love any of these ones that I have sourced on your boards, you can go on these websites and look for other pieces that you would like better, because they have so many beautiful options. So if you don't like what I've sourced, go online on the websites and look and see if there's something else that speaks to you more. Most of these that I've given you are digital downloads, and I know we've talked about that before in other rooms that we've done. So again, if you want me to take over the printing and the framing, I'm more than happy to do that. I do it all the time, and so it's not a big deal for me. I'm more than happy to do that. I did not source bedding, and I wasn't sure if you wanted me to do that. I can obviously give you some good options. I did add pillows. I thought these pillows were nice. They added some pattern and a little bit of interest. But if you do want some bedding, then that's totally something that I can do, so let me know. I think that's everything. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I will get the entryway design over to you next week. I'm moving my daughter into college down in St. George next week, so I will get that over to you once I get back. And then I think we'll be done. If you want me to start ordering, you guys are more than welcome to start ordering. Do whatever you want. If you want to pause, if you want to do it all now, you know, it's just kind of it's kind of whatever is good for you guys. So just keep me posted on how I can help, and then I will talk with you guys soon. Okay, thanks. Bye.